The ideas we can touch and hold in our hands begin with a concept that takes form when it's put on paper. Throughout history, paper has been a medium to record the knowledge we've gained. We've used it as a tool to communicate our ideas about and our hopes for the future. Once a rare and precious resource, today we are surrounded by an abundance of printed materials. Once considered an art form, papermaking has become a science, the convergence of machinery, chemistry, and craftsmanship. But in some places, the art of quality is practiced alongside the technology-enabled science of paper manufacturing. The results speak for themselves. But where does it begin?
Hello, I'm John Donahue, Managing Director of SAPI's Somerset operation in Skowhegan, Maine. I'd like to welcome you today for a tour of what I believe is the premier lightweight coated manufacturing facility in North America. This facility started as a pulp mill in the 1970s and added 3 paper machines starting in 1982. Our vision, quite simply, is to be the premier supplier of coated web papers in the world. We are environmentally responsible, run a safe operation, and take a tremendous amount of pride in what we do. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for visiting Somerset.
The quality of Somerset's products depends on the quality of the materials and the processes. But more than anything else, it is a result of the efforts of the people who work here. They all share a common goal: to ensure that the final product will exceed standards for excellence. The mill operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Close to 400 trucks come through the gates every day to deliver their contents to the mill. Some of these are biomass trucks containing waste wood chips that will be used as fuel in a hog fuel boiler that consumes 1 van load of chips every 20 minutes. This waste fuel avoids the use of non-renewable fossil oil. Most of the trucks are delivering roundwood or tree-length wood. The portal crane in the woodyard unloads an average of 375 trucks per day. The next stop is one of the 3 debarker drums, which are similar to washing machines, very big washing machines. When the bark is completely removed, the wood goes through the chipper. On an average day, more than 4,400 tons of hardwood chips will be produced, one of the highest chipper production rates in northern United States and Canada. The chips are blown through a pipe to the pile where the operators themselves monitor for quality. If they determine that the quality can be improved, they will decide that it's time to change the knife or its angle, or to make other adjustments to the equipment, boosting both production levels and the levels of quality that can be achieved. Everything that comes into the woodroom is used. What gets screened out goes to the biomass area to be used as fuel. The rest moves along in the paper-making process to the digester. The digester is where the chips are transformed into pulp, essentially by cooking them under high temperature and pressure in a liquid chemical mixture. In the digester, the individual fibers of the wood chips are separated by chemically dissolving the lignin, or nature's glue. The fibers are then sent to be bleached, while the dissolved chemicals are sent to a chemical recovery process that reclaims over 95% of the original chemicals for reuse. The pulp is washed and then bleached in a 5-stage process. In 1997, the process was converted to what is called an elemental chlorine-free system, thereby eliminating the production of unwanted and environmentally sensitive byproducts. The pulp mill produces about 1,450 tons per day of bleached pulp, most of which is sent directly to the paper machines. The remainder is processed into wet and dry bales that are sold as market pulp around the globe. When pulp reaches the paper machines, water is added until the mixture is more than 99% water. The dilute stream of water and fiber is then pumped to the paper machines, which form the sheet of paper Press it, dry it with steam, coat it, and smooth it into a glossy finish in an endless sheet traveling over 40 miles per hour. Amazingly, the fiber goes from a watery slurry of pulp to a finished sheet in just 30 seconds. Millions of gallons of water a day are used during this process. The water is treated, cleaned, and returned to the Kennebec River. At this point, a lot is happening on the machines that will determine the strength of the paper and its surface characteristics. Once the basic paper has been made, it needs to be coated or painted with a special recipe of materials to create the surface qualities needed for high-quality printing. Different coating is applied depending on whether the final product will be a gloss or matte paper. The sheet is then pressed or calendared between two very hard and hot rolls to further enhance the paper's surface characteristics. After the calendaring, the jumbo reels of paper are transferred to winders that cut the product down to specific widths for printing presses. Some of these rolls will be converted into sheets. The other rolls are weighed, measured, wrapped, labeled, and then shipped directly to customers or stocking warehouses. On an average day, Sappy's Somerset mill will produce more than 2,000 tons of paper that will be used in the printing of magazines, brochures, catalogs, annual reports, and many other printed materials. After visiting the mill and understanding the process, you may never look at these catalogs or magazines in the same way again. We at the Somerset Mill believe that our business goes beyond the manufacturing of paper. We are in the business of providing a vehicle for those who want to motivate, educate, inspire, inform, or persuade. Our paper is the base for some of the most visually exciting printed materials in the world. We hope you enjoy the tour of Sappy Fine Paper Somerset Mill. The power of ideas that can be held in your hands begins right here.